Namaskaram, hello friends, my name is Dinu Burgess. Today we are going to talk about digestive problems. We know so many people around, those who are having acidity, gastroesophageal reflux disease, constipation, bloating, stomachache, anorexia, and so many digestive related problems. So there is a solution, of course there is a solution, and a self-management is the best solution that you can have, because all these problems took a lot of time, like days and months and years to get into this worst stage. So it needs time to repair. Okay, it cannot take place. There is no magic cure for your stomach problems. You should know that in the initial stage. In the beginning itself, I'm telling you, it cannot be replaced or recorrected, or it cannot be completely cured in a day. That's the most important thing, and we'll come to you how to manage it by yourself, and what are things that you should change in your life, and what are the home remedies. And starting from the beginning, the first part is giving your colon a healthy environment is the most important thing, because the colon, the intestines have the most amount of microorganisms, the friendly microorganisms that helps the body to function the digestive system properly, especially in absorption, in elimination, and all those things. It has a great role. What happens due to increased intake of processed food, fried foods, antibiotics, antacids, smoking habits, and all these things, the microbiome gets dismantled inside there. Then the whole digestive system get imbalanced, because if you are not maintaining a well-balanced healthy microbiome, 3 to 4 pounds of microbiome in your intestines, it will definitely worsen the situation what you are having right now. So I'll come to the point how can you manage it at the end, and before that we need to move into another point, that is gastroesophageal reflux disease. Mostly people believe that the stomach has to be alkaline. I've seen people see I should eat more alkaline food because I need to bring it to alkalinity inside the stomach. That's not correct, because the stomach has an environment of highly acidic nature. That is what is necessary. When you chew food, when it reaches into the stomach, if there is any organisms that is not good for your health, not only for the digestive health but for the whole physiology, that will be killed there. That is what is meant by the functioning of the hydrochloric acid. Mostly people will drink alcohol before food, they will drink antacid gel, they use antacids, and all these things will change the pH value of the stomach, will end up in gastroesophageal reflux disease. And there are other causes also. One of the causes include processed food, increased amount of processed food, then highly fatty foods, increased use of oil, and there are people those who love to have colored foods in the bakery, and fried foods, antacids, antibiotics, and no correct time of having food. Some people have seen that I'm busy, I cannot have food, I don't have time. Finally they end up in bed, hospital bed, they will start to have food. So the most important thing, you should maintain a healthy time management of having your food. That's the most important thing. Avoid fast foods. Not only food from fast food chains, also having food very fast. Okay, I think I must say that by 40 chewing, when you put your food inside the mouth, you chew it 40 times, which is impossible, right? Give it a try 20 times. You will decrease the amount of food that you are regularly having. Also, it will ease your digestion, because when you chew food, that is where the digestion takes place. You think you swallow the whole food without chewing, the stomach will take care of all those things? No. Stomach is not a mixer grinder. The mixer grinder is here. This is what God has given us to chew. Okay, stomach has no teeth. You should chew it very nicely to have an easy digestion. That's the most important thing. Especially if you have kids, start teaching them to have food very slowly. Let them chew it. It should be educated, because I have a problem of having food very fast. I'm sorry to acknowledge this, that I eat food very fast. Today I remember, next day I forget. Again I will try to control it. This is my own mistake, I acknowledge it to you. So this is the thing. An unhygienic condition will alter the health of the digestive system, especially when you have a contamination of H. pylori that will lead to peptic ulcer. You know that those sort of things are getting from unhygienic food habits. If you're having food from an unhygienic situation, there is more risk of having peptic ulcer. And we have situations called food intolerance. Some people I have heard saying that I cannot drink milk. If I have milk, immediately my stomach is disturbed. Why it happens? I'll tell you, milk is not meant for you. This is my idea. If you don't believe, please don't believe. I'm sorry for saying that. When you grow up, the production of lactase, the enzyme that helps to digest lactose in the milk, will be decreased. So that if you are having milk regularly, there will be a problem. The cow milk is meant for its baby, it's not for you. And if you believe that you need calcium and protein, all those things come from the food like milk, you have plenty of other options. The best choice is moringa. It gives you so many things very cheaply. Give it a try. And about food allergy mostly happens when the food protein gets into the body. When it enters in the body, the immune system will start to fight against it. Okay, especially the gluten in wheat. When it's identified by the immune system, it will start to fight against it. As soon as it starts to fight, the body will produce histamines. The natural histamines will start to make the situation worse. So what you can do is that if you have a food allergy, you have a notebook, because when you go to a professional help, it takes a lot of time. It cannot be easily found. To recognize it needs a lot of self-analysis, observation, and all those things. So if you have food allergy, take a book and write on what all foods that you have. And as soon as you have a problem with your allergies, you find it, this is the triggering cause, and try to avoid that. Generally, seafoods, shell foods, shrimps, prawns, lobsters, crabs, mackerels, and peanut, and things like these often causes food allergy. We have celiac disorder. You might have heard about it, right? When a person is having wheat, wheat is very good because wheat is very rich in fiber. When you have it, the gluten content in the wheat will cause an allergic reaction. It not only creates an allergic reaction, it will spoil the structure of the intestines, especially the protective layer of the intestines. Finally, the absorption of food will be limited and will have a lot of bad effects like diarrhea, stomach pain, bloating, and things like that. So if you have any of these things after having a dairy product, seafood, or wheat products, stop it. That is the only thing. And one more thing I need to add on, if you have any reactions, any allergic reactions due to a food, the best thing that you can do is go to a hospital, especially if you have a cessation of breathing. One of the worst situations is anaphylactic reaction, in which if it is not treated well, it could even end up in death. Now, how can we manage it? That's the most important thing. First, I'll start from home remedies. The best thing, you should have more of antacid nature food. Do you know what I mean? Instead of having a counter base or from an over-the-counter antacid, you start using food that has an antacid effect. First, banana, watermelon is good, probiotic is good. All these things you should start using. Coconut water is good. A slight bit of jaggery will ease these problems. These are great things. Oatmeal is very good. You can have lots of vegetables. All of these things have an antacid effect. But I'm telling you one more thing. Some people, they use probiotics and vegetables, immediately that have a bloating. They have a lot of fat. And why it is? Because there is a condition called small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. Usually we have most of the organisms in the large intestines. When there is an overgrowth in the small intestines, the fiber, the probiotic that you eat will be consumed by the organisms in the small intestine, and they multiply and they create an imbalance. So if you have that problem, you should have a different diet pattern that we'll talk about later. Okay. And coming to our current topic, these are the things that you can have. All these foods will definitely ease your problem. And we need bile for a complete smooth functioning of the digestive system. But if I look for natural bile salt in Amazon or Flipkart or any other online portals, we know that is very, very expensive. So we should know what can we do to stimulate the bile production or increase the production of bile. What we can do is like start consuming garlic. That is very good. Use kale, use radish. All these things will definitely increase the amount of bile salt in our body. Beetroot is another example. These are the natural substances. These are the natural things that will stimulate the production of bile. Coming back into our topic today. So stop smoking, stop using alcohol, stop using nicotine based products, stop processed foods, stop stress. That's a very important thing. Start sleeping very nicely. Hydrocarbons, I have seen people when they fry chicken, fish and all those things, the bottom has something called podi. In our language we call podi, the black thing accumulation that will take, and they will eat it and say it's very tasty. It's very tasty, but it's not good for stomach. The hydrocarbons will spoil the whole digestive system. And I told you that we need some time, because all these problems had a long run to take place into the worst situation. Like that, it needs a lot of time. Intermittent fasting is best thing that you can have. You have your dinner before 7 p.m. in the night, and then you can have water if you want. Till 7 in the morning, don't eat anything. Give it a gap of 12 hours and more. So you see, you do it on a daily basis, you will definitely see a change in your digestive health. Then we should stop using trans fat more. The more use of trans fat will lead to an imbalanced digestive health. You should have 30 to 40 grams of fiber every day. Drink enough water, more and more water. Every day you should have an output of 2.5 liters of urine. That's the most important thing. Mostly people, when they intermittent fast, they don't drink water. That's a wrong thing. You should have enough water, because our body contains most of the water element of the body. So to maintain a balance, we should have a hydration effect by having regular intake of water. Then chew the food all the time. Then the most important thing, if you don't like to have food 3 times, that's okay. You take some rice, some vegetables, some proteins and have it. Then after some time you can have 3 times of regular habit can be divided into 6 times. For some people that is effectively working, some people cannot have it. But if you are not satisfied with the food that you are having, as I told you, chew it very nicely. You give a time gap of 10 minutes to 20 minutes, slowly chewing your food. Your brain will definitely alert you that your food is enough. Stop taking it, so that the currently taking amount of food will be enough for 3 times a day, but you are not aware of it, because you are having it very, very, very fast. Then yogurt and buttermilk is very good. But you should know one thing, it's best that you make it at home. The frozen thing, the refrigerated things won't work, because the life growth of bacteria will be more active in homemade stuffs, not the refrigerated passive commercially produced things. So that's not good. And stop taking colored food from the bakery. The bakery food, stop it. Give it a gap of 3 to 4 months and see the change that takes place in your body. Then always make sure that you have a very happy, healthy eating habit at home. Sleep well, most of your problems will be solved. About the gastroesophageal reflux disease, I need to tell you, apple cider vinegar in all these things, in all these conditions is very good. But if you are having a problem after having apple cider vinegar, a burning sensation, stop it. That is an indication of ulcer. That's why I'm not recommending it. And if you are having gastroesophageal reflux disease, the burning sensation, the soury taste inside the mouth, upright your head portion. When you sleep, you upright it, so there won't be any reflux back into the oral cavity. Apart from that, have food early, before 2 to 3 hours before you sleep. That is also very important. And start using antacids like food, not the antacid that you get in the over the counter, because when you eat antacids and antibiotics, I'm not against these medicines, but when you eat it, the pH of the stomach will get spoiled. That will only help you to worsen the condition. I'm so happy, and if you have any questions regarding this, I'm ready to help you. Maybe my English is very poor, and if I did not communicate you well, please feel free to ask me any questions that you have related to this below in the comment sessions. God bless you all. This is my prayer to all who watch it, to have a very healthy life all the time. God bless you. Bye. Thank you.